Storing pipeline results in AWS S3 with Boto3, a step-by-step guide. This podcast is brought to you by Business Compass LLC. We are an Amazon Web Services advanced consulting partner. We build and migrate workloads to Amazon Cloud. Our website is businesscompassllc.com. Our phone number is 973-638-2228. Our email address is contact@businesscompassllc.us. Introduction. Storing pipeline results efficiently is crucial for any data-driven application or project. AWS S3, a scalable and secure object storage service, is a perfect solution for storing these results. By leveraging the Boto3 library, a Python SDK for AWS, you can automate the storage of pipeline results in S3, making the data easily accessible for further analysis. This podcast will walk you through the steps to set up your AWS environment, create an S3 bucket, configure necessary credentials, and run Python code to store your pipeline results in AWS S3, setting up your AWS environment. Before diving into the code, ensure your AWS environment is correctly set up. Start by creating an AWS account if you don't already have one. Once logged in, navigate to the IAM, Identity and Access Management, section to create a new IAM user. This user will have programmatic access to your AWS services, allowing Boto3 to interact with S3. Go to IAM greater than users and click on Add User. Enter a username and select Programmatic Access. Attach the Amazon Stateful Access policy to grant the necessary permissions. Review and create the user. Note the access key ID and secret access key, which you'll need later. Creating an S3 bucket for storage. An S3 bucket is a container for storing objects, such as your pipeline results. To create an S3 bucket, go to the S3 service in your AWS Management Console. Click on Create Bucket. Enter a unique bucket name and select a region close to you or your application's deployment region. Configure the bucket settings as needed: versioning, encryption, etc. Click Create Bucket to finish the setup. Installing necessary Python libraries. To interact with AWS S3 using Python, you must install the Boto3 library. You can do this using pip install Boto3. Configuring AWS credentials. Next, configure your AWS credentials so that Boto3 can authenticate requests to AWS services. You can do this in two ways. Method 1. Using AWS CLI. If you have the AWS CLI installed, you can configure your credentials with the following. AWS configure. Enter the access key ID, secret access key, default region name, and output format as prompted. Method 2. Using a credentials file. Alternatively, you can create a credentials file manually. Navigate to /AWS Linux/Mac or C:\users\username, AWS Windows. Create a file named credentials. Add your AWS credentials. Default AWS_access_key_IE equals your _access_key. AWS_secret_access_key equals your _secret_key. Running the Python code to store pipeline results. With your environment and credentials configured, you can write Python code that stores pipeline results in S3. Here's a simple example. Import Boto3. From datetime import datetime. Hash initialize the S3 client. S3 equals Boto3.client S3. Hash define the bucket name and the file name. Bucket_name equals your bucket name. File_name equals pipeline_results.txt. Hash example data to store. Pipeline_results equals this is a sample result from a data pipeline. Hash create a timestamped file name. Timestamped_file_name equals f_results_datetime.now. Strophtime %y%m%d_%h%m%s. Text. Hash upload the file to S3. S3.put_object. Bucket equals bucket_name. Key equals timestamped_file_name. Body equals pipeline_results. Print f file, timestamped_file_name, uploaded successfully to bucket_name. This script initializes an S3 client, creates a timestamped file name, and uploads your pipeline results to the specified S3 bucket, utilizing stored data for further analysis. Once your data is stored in S3, you can access it for further analysis. Whether you're running data analysis on AWS services like Amazon Athena, AWS Glue, or downloading the data for local processing, S3 provides a flexible and scalable solution for data storage. You can use Boto3 to download the file and read it into your data processing pipeline. Download the file from S3. S3.download_file bucket_name, timestamped_file_name, downloaded_results.txt. Hash read the file content. With open downloaded_results.txt, R, as file. Content equals file.read. Print downloaded content. This script demonstrates how to download and read the file from S3 for further analysis conclusion. Storing pipeline results in AWS S3 using Boto3 is a straightforward and powerful approach to managing your data storage needs. By following the steps outlined in this podcast, you can set up your AWS environment, create an S3 bucket, configure credentials, and run Python code to automate the storage of your pipeline results. The flexibility of S3 ensures that your data is secure and readily available for future analysis. Thank you for listening to our podcast. Please share this podcast, visit our website and follow our social media links.